The cell membrane decides what can enter and decides what will leave. Passage through the membrane is something only some can achieve. It's a double-layered sheet, it's called a lipid bilayer, so to play the membrane's game, you have to be the right player. There are carbohydrates and proteins embedded too. There are even protein pumps that help pass things through. Learning about the cell membrane can be pretty confusing, but once you understand, it's really quite amusing.
When areas are more concentrated, particles tend to move away. A place of lower concentration is where they'd rather stay. They try to reach equilibrium, which is where there is balance. Energy isn't required because it's not much of a challenge. After balance is created, particles continue to flow because if they suddenly stop, balance will quickly go. There's a name for this whole process and it's called diffusion. It's movement across the membrane, so don't let there be any confusion.
Now let's talk about osmosis. Water can easily pass through. The selectively permeable membrane is what makes this statement true. Hypertonic, hypotonic, and isotonic are the three you must know. Hypertonic is when the cell shrinks because out the water will flow. Hypotonic is when the cell swells because the water flows in. It eventually explodes once it wears too thin. Isotonic flows in and out at a pace that is the same, but sometimes it can be uneven, which really is a shame.
Facilitated diffusion is diffusion that receives assistance. Protein channels help the molecules travel the difficult distance. The protein channels move very, very fast. If you try to watch it, it will already be in the past. This process doesn't use energy, just like regular diffusion. This all sounds quite complicated, but it isn't an illusion. Now you know all about functions of the cell membrane. Now do you understand? Does it really sound insane?